Praise God, bro.
Y'all know what time it is. Come on. Welcome back to the Core 5 podcast. We got the full squad with us today. We got myself, Josh, Peanut, Sean, Travis. What's going on with y'all, brothers?
What's good?
Come on, guys.
It's a lot to talk about tonight, man. It's a lot to talk about tonight.
This one's gonna be a goodie, man. Y'all see, I got my red Gatorade. You know what I'm saying?
Red Gatorade for what, bro?
Varsity Jersey Curry. Come on now. In this episode.
I'm weak. Before we start, y'all seen this isn't in the topics at all, but it came out today that Joel Embiid is out for the season. I don't think that's a shocker.
Soft ass.
Yeah, I don't think that's a shocker. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's get straight into it. The first topic. All right, we got the Phoenix Suns tonight. Coach Mike Budenholzer recently asked Devin Booker to be less vocal. So I'm gonna give y'all some background on that. Budenholzer reportedly held a meeting with Booker weeks ago and told the All-Star guard he was being too vocal on the court and during timeout huddles, preventing the two-time NBA Coach of the Year's voice from being heard. Booker was completely shocked by Bud's complaint. Booker noted a lack of communication following the Suns' 124-116 defeat to the Pelicans on Thursday. Booker told reporters, he said, "I'd rather two people say the wrong thing to each other out there than nobody talk at all and leave the gray area." So it's like any job or any group project that you do, you have to do it together. How do y'all feel about Coach Bud's comments about Booker and what Booker said regarding Coach Bud? Let's start with you, Sean.
Yeah, I just don't know if Mike Budenholzer is sitting far close to the sun because his brain is currently fried with something. I don't know what, because you don't tell your star player to shut the fuck up. It's like the best players you see in NBA history, they talk. And you don't tell these people to just not do their job. It's like, how are you going to talk to someone about a missed screen or like a failed pick and pop or a defensive coverage mistake? It's like, we want these people to just be like, just be not animated, just like be like robots out there. No, basketball is about a game and it's filled with emotion, a lot of passion, and if you take away that, then you're not getting a product, at least to the Suns' case, capable of success and sustainability for not only for the players but for the fans. So it's like. And even then, the Phoenix Suns were already ready for fucking disaster. Like, Kevin Durant was basically begging to, like, he was just shocked that he was even available to be traded at all. And now everything's thrown off. Like, chemistry is nowhere to be in sight. And it's just like, everything's just fucked. I feel bad for the fans. Like, you bench Bradley Beal in hopes that he would demand a trade so that they could get Jimmy Butler. That didn't happen because Bradley Beal was smart enough to be like, I like my money. So it's just a complete disaster, and anyone should be looking at Phoenix Suns and be like, let's not do what they do.
Good stuff, Sean. Good stuff. P?
I disagree with Sean, actually. I think both sides are right and wrong. I think Budenholzer has the right to tell his players to be quiet. I mean, you're the coach at the end of the day. You get paid to coach. So if a player's in the huddle taken away from what you're trying to preach to them, the sets, the defensive rotations, the formation, you name it. I think there's a right place to communicate and there's a wrong place to communicate. I think if the situation is like say Budenholzer's trying to break down like the play that they're going to run, and Devin Booker's over here telling KD, hey, when they come off that pick and roll, let's not switch. That's two of your best players being distracted. No, so that would lead to three players on the court being aware of what's happening, and then two other players not being aware. So I think there's a time and a place. And I think Budenholzer's wrong for telling Devin Booker to be quiet on the court. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, communication, like Sean mentioned, is very pivotal to being successful in the NBA. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a team sport. So you got to communicate. But I think to what you said Devin Booker said he'd rather have two people. Can you say that quote again?
Yeah, I got you. He said, I'd rather two people say the wrong thing to each other out there than nobody talk at all and leave the gray area.
I kind of disagree with that because, I mean, miscommunication, I mean, that can lead to a whole chain
A mess.
of disruption.
It can lead to a mess, a domino effect.
Yeah. So I think I don't agree with that statement, Book. I think both sides are right and wrong, and I think they probably, at the end of the day, they probably should have communicated better and just worked this out easier. But I'm just a regular guy, so what do I know?
Exactly.
Trev?
Yeah, I mean, I think it could be a case of it might be time for him to move on from the coach. I mean, he might have lost the locker room. You know, it might be one of those type of things. We've seen that happen in the league. I mean, being a Laker fan, we've seen that with Darvin Ham, where he kind of just lost the team. No one's listening to him no more. You know, like LeBron's coaching the team. Like everyone's just like, all right, whatever you say. You know what I mean? But that's kind of what it looks like is going on here with the Suns because they're drastically underperforming. I mean, I think they're like 11th or 12th in the West, somewhere around there. Which with that talent, you think they should be. I mean, at least in a playoff, play-in team. You know what I mean? But I think he just lost the locker room. Honestly, I think that's what's going on with that. I mean, with a star player like Booker, I think it seems like they don't respect him anymore. I think that's what it is. Yeah, I mean, I just don't think they respect the coach anymore. I mean, and Budenholzer, I wouldn't say he's a bad coach. I mean, he won a championship, a few years back with the Bucks, but I mean, maybe this isn't the fit for him.
Yeah.
Do you think I got a question for y'all before we let Mad give his take? Do y'all winning plays an effect on teams? You feel me? So my question to y'all is, do y'all think if they were winning games, this would be an issue?
I have something to compare this to. So recently the NFL came out with their like stadium rankings where each team gets like ranked based off of like ownership, like you name it. They just get like graded. The Eagles actually, like, even though they're winning, like they won the Super Bowl, they're ranked like 23rd in terms of like facilities.
Yeah.
So I think if you're winning, you can take a lot more BS.
Yeah.
Sure.
Anybody else have anything to say about that?
Just say that again?
Oh, your mic, Trey. It's still popping.
Yeah. But I will say that someone said about if you're winning, you could tolerate more of the bullshit. And that's true to an extent. And the Philadelphia Eagles might have been one of the exceptions, but you gotta take care of the BS before things get really tough to the wire, like in the playoffs, for example. So it's just like you gotta hone out your issues right away so there'd be no miscommunication down the playoffs, basically. Because Jimmy Butler stated in an interview with JJ Redick when he was in Philly that they tried to change the offense midway in the playoffs. Like I think it's while approaching the Toronto series. And instead of having Ben Simmons handle the ball like he usually did, it was the coach wants to be in Jimmy Butler's hands, and that I think that threw off Jimmy Butler himself even. Like he had a whole segment about that. So it was like you gotta hone out all your issues before it comes down to the playoffs. Thank God the Eagles won at least.
Good stuff. Ahmad, your take on the whole Coach Bud and Devin Booker?
I think Mike bugging, bro. I think Mike lost it, man. I think when it comes to the number 2 option on your team, like one of your all-star players on your team, you never want to you never want to like take the energy he has from him. Because I'd rather have a motivated superstar than an unmotivated one. And shit like that is why star players go to a different team. Because if we talk like basketball, it's a lot of ego involved in basketball. There's a lot of ego. Like we just saw the other day, LeBron left the Miami Heat, a 3-time winning championship team.
There were some damn
because Pat Riley took his cookies. You know what I'm saying?
I don't mean to cut you off, man. I don't mean to cut you off, bro. You said a lot. You said a lot just now. But go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, allegedly. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying like players have egos. So I think if I'm the GM, I'm gonna be pissed because you already got Kevin Durant possibly looking at leaving the Suns because of what happened, during the trade deadline shit. Now you're gonna make these comments and Devin Booker might leave, bro. I'm heated, bro. Like, what are you? I'll be like, yo, Mike, shut the fuck up, bro. Like, why would you say that? Also, you need someone communication. If you look at that Phoenix Suns team, you need someone to step up and be the leader. Right now, no one's stepping up and being the leader on that team. I don't see anyone doing that. Kevin Durant, we know Kevin Durant is an easy bucket, bro. He's a scorer. He gets buckets all day long. But we also know that he's not the person to be leading the team. Yeah, exactly. He didn't do it in the Nets. He didn't do it on the OKC. He didn't have to do it on the Warriors. He just wants to go there and hoop. So someone got to step up. Someone got to talk. And it seems like Devin Booker is trying to fill that role. I think what Mike should have done or could have done or can do is instead of like saying that, and I'm not sure if he made that a public. I don't know how that even got out into the media, but he should maybe have a talk with Devin Booker and be like, just kind of communicate with him and use Devin Booker to channel what he's trying to get across to the team. They should be working together, you know what I'm saying, to like help the team as a whole. But Mike, bro, you bugging, bro. You can't be doing that, bro. You can't be saying that. There's just different ways to handle that situation. I know you're the coach of the year and all that shit, but you haven't won a championship. This is a gold medal.
You won a championship.
Yeah, he's won a championship, man.
Oh, with the Bucks. You're right. Still, you can't be talking to a gold medalist like that, Mike. You know what I'm saying?
You taking a gold medal over a chip?
Yeah, bro. You just
bro. That's international.
Yeah, I'm taking a gold chip actually. But I kind of want my Budenholzer to keep talking, honestly, because Kevin Durant, there was only one option aside from the Suns because he shut down the Warriors, and that's Miami. I'm being completely selfish right now. Like, we got a draft pick, and Miami has been linked to Durant for years. So keep talking. Keep talking to it. No, keep talking.
You say that, but we're sitting here a year from now. That Toronto Raptors KD tweet is going to hit like crack. But
yeah, if anything can happen, KD and Sky Barnes would not be the bad, actually.
Yeah,
to give Mike some credit, Devin Booker is a notorious crybaby.
Yeah. I hate Devin Booker with passion.
Bro, we had bro crying over a mascot. So I mean, I'm not shocked.
But I got a question. I got another question for y'all before we move on. I think Trav brought this up. As far as, do y'all think they should get rid of Mike, Coach Bud, Mike Budenholzer? Because right now he's on a 5-year, $50 million contract, and they fired Frank Vogel the year before, and they still got to pay Frank. Frank is at the crib and he's sitting down, and they got to pay him as well. So if they just get rid of Coach Bud, they're still gonna have to pay him, and it's like, who's in the market right now for who's in the coaching market?
And also, they don't have any draft picks.
They don't have any draft picks, and then you got Bradley Beal on a no trade clause.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. All roads are leading back to instead of worrying about the coach, you really got to worry about this GM. You said it's Frank Vogel.
No, that's not the GM. I'm just saying he was the coach before.
Yeah, okay. So who's the GM right now? We need to air this nigga out because this nigga needs to be fired, bro.
I know Phoenix has a new owner. 2 years ago, his name is Matt Ishba.
What?
I think the GM is James Jones.
Yeah, James
Jones.
James, you gotta get up out of here, bro. Bro, they coming for you, man.
It is James Jones.
That is like what you got. Who the fuck thought it was a good idea to give Bradley Beal a no trade clause?
Washington. That was Washington.
No, Washington. Yeah.
Washington gave
him the no trade clause, and they traded for
Yeah, same shit, but they took a nigga with a no trade clause, bro. Like,
They planted a bomb in that team. Washington did.
Right.
They did. Like, it's just a weird. I think with the new ownership, bro, they're not. They aren't
They're
like a
desperate.
basketball. They're coming at it. They're approaching it differently. They want it now. They're trying to rush the process. You can't rush the process, you know. And they trying to just speed things up quick, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all, man. I think they just made a lot of bad moves. You have no draft picks. You got no trade clauses in the mix. It's just a really nasty organization right now. It's like
Kevin Durant could walk away for free agency,
and they get nothing for him. Honestly, they need to blow it up, bro. I think they need to go in rebuild mode and not just like talking players.
They can't rebuild. They have no draft pick,
bro.
Bro, I'm talking about the whole organization. They just need another 5 years to just know they're tanking this season so they can maybe. I don't know. Actually, I don't know what to tell them. They just cooked, man.
Hey, Peanut.
Yeah, I think they just cooked this year.
Yeah.
Hey, Peanut, do you remember that Devin Booker quote he said when they got Bradley Beal? Who's going to stop us?
Themselves.
He did say that, dumb shit.
I gotta. What didn't the coach before Frank Vogel win Coach of the Year with him?
Monty?
Yeah.
Look at the Detroit Pistons, buddy.
Like, is the coach the problem?
No,
it's the makeup of the team.
Usually, bro, you can always track it up to usually in an organization. You look at an organization, you want to blame like the lower level, but you can usually always track it up to the upper management. And even like in jobs, you know what I'm saying? I worked at jobs and like you see the culture there is just trash.
Yeah,
it's usually trickling from the top down. So I think it's just like an organizational thing where new ownership, a lot of changes, and it's just not a good organization right now.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I apologize. Go ahead.
No, you good. I think it might just come down to the coach and the fitting, because you know, like that
your mic.
They beat.
No, you're good now.
Yeah.
That championship that Budenholzer has, they beat the Suns in the finals. You know, like, the Suns were just in the finals in 2001. I mean, 2000. Yeah, 2021. You know what I mean? 2021. You know what I mean? And with Devin Booker and that team, I mean, on paper is nowhere near as talented as this team is now. You know, but I mean, I guess everyone's getting older, so I mean, that could be. You know what I mean?
I think there's more comp too, though. Like, I think the West has more comp now. I think it's like way tougher. Like, I mean, the West has always been tough, but I think it's even more tough now compared to 2021.
And to add on to what Travis was saying, Coach Bud is a defensive coach. He doesn't have any defensive players on the Suns. The whole Milwaukee Bucks was grounded on defense. Drew Holiday, Giannis, Brook Lopez, Middleton, you know, two-way players.
That's a good point.
Who's a two-way player on the Suns? Tell me.
The fans.
You know, so it's not in my opinion, I don't think it's coach. It's the coach. I think it's the roster. I really think it's the roster. They fucked up. James Jones fucked up. That was some good ball knowledge too, Travis. Couldn't think of the GM for that. But we're gonna move on to the next topic, y'all. All right.
Orlando
Steph
Magic. Curry
scores 56 points against the Orlando Magic to win 121.
Ooh, let's go.
He's not washed.
Jimmy Butler had an off night. Curry managed to go 12 for 19 from downtown. Y'all talk to me, man. Ahmad, how do you feel about Curry's performance last night?
Ahmad, let him know LeBron ain't doing that at 40.
Yeah, LeBron ain't doing that, bro. LeBron ain't scoring 56 now, nigga. Like, honestly, Josh, I mean, you the one who has to say something for yourself, because you was the one who was calling out Curry, just like the last episode. Curry listened to you, bro. Curry heard what you were saying about him. Curry heard you was calling him wild. He said, "Word, I bet." Like, 56, you gotta realize, because like people think, because like Curry, he looks like a younger dude. You know what I'm saying? He stays in shape and all that. But he's actually old, bro. He probably turned 37 years old. That's old.
He looks old.
Nah, he still got a baby face, dog.
Nah, he had baby face. Like it's probably the beard.
Yeah, he's turning 37 years old, so he's an older dude. So for him to just to heat up like that and score, 56 is what makes him so dangerous if they can get into the playoffs. This right here is a perfect example of why like a younger team or a team like the Houston Rockets having to play Golden State Warriors is their worst nightmare because shit like this, bro. There's nothing you can do about that shit. And mind you, Jimmy Butler he didn't even have a good night. I don't know how many did Jimmy have last night?
7.
Yeah, so he didn't have a good night, at all. But despite that, Curry can still come out and put on a performance like that. So this just shows to me why, y'all better not let the Warriors get into that playoffs, bro, because this is gonna be hell to pay. The Lakers. I also want you to know too, Josh. If it ever got to a situation where the Warriors had to play the Lakers, we're scraping y'all niggas, bro. We're scraping y'all niggas. Y'all got no defense. Y'all got no defense, bro. Y'all got no defense.
We don't have no defense.
And we got more depth than you.
No, y'all don't.
Yes, we do.
Bro.
Yes, we do.
Y'all don't. I'm not gonna fall. I see what you're trying to do, bro. You're trying to trigger me, bro. And I'm not gonna let you do it, bro. I'm not gonna let you do it, dog.
What were you saying, Travis?
Not Mike fucking. Unfortunately,
Mike. You could try taking it off. We still should be able to hear the audio if you disconnect. Yeah. Say it again. Nah, we can't hear you.
Yeah, Josh. We have way more depth than you. Luka is great. LeBron is great, but y'all don't got AD anymore, bro. So we just gonna tear y'all up in the paint. We're gonna tear y'all up in the paint.
What do y'all have in the paint?
Exactly, bro.
Like, cum bucket.
Like, bro.
I'm supposed to be scared of the cum bucket?
We don't even have Kuminga back yet. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't got Jonathan Kuminga back yet. We got depth, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like Kuminga gonna lock Austin Reeves' ass up. I'm not gonna lie to you. He'll lock him up.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, it's good.
All right, yeah. Ahmad going crazy. I respect it. You know what I mean? It's his squad. I mean, he's going a little crazy though. Like that's, I don't know what he's bugging on. Lakers the 5. You know what I mean? I don't care who's on that squad. No one's locking up Austin Reeves. We already know what playoff Luka looks like. So who's stopping him? Exactly. And 40-year-old LeBron is still a problem. I mean, he's averaging like 24, 25. You still got to worry about LeBron. So I mean, if Steph's 3 isn't dropping, it's a wrap. You know what I mean?
Listen,
he's won 7 games.
I mean, them threes aren't going in, it's gonna be a problem.
And he's not gonna get 12 threes in the playoffs, dog. Come on,
bro. He's not gonna average 12 every game.
Yo, P, remind them what happened. Remind them what. Please, somebody help me remind them what Curry does in the playoffs. Like y'all seem to forget. Y'all acting like this man's a bro. Curry really does this.
He did take that King squad to Game 7, didn't he?
Thank you. That's exactly the one I was thinking about too. I knew people was gonna know what I was talking about.
The Kings.
That was 3 years ago.
That's the Kings, bro. That's Sacramento, bro.
Listen, Josh and Travis. You gotta realize, like, you have a good squad. I'm not gonna lie to you.
What has LA done?
For real, what have y'all done?
What has LA done? What do you mean?
Y'all got bounced out the playoffs by Jamal Murray like 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
You don't remember how we dismantled that Grizzlies team? That Grizzlies team that was supposed to beat us, right? No. And then we went to the Western Conference Finals. We went to the Western, and that was in 23. We went to the Western Conference Finals in 23.
Then y'all
we lost to the Nuggets. We lost to the champs.
Yeah, we lost to the Nuggets. Yeah, we did.
Y'all got swept. Didn't y'all get swept last year?
Not last year.
I think you're jogging my memory, Ahmad. I think I remember
we didn't
that
get
too.
Swept. We didn't get swept last year. We won a game.
Yep.
They got swept to 3, and they lost by 5 in 24. They won one game against the Nuggets in 24.
But that's okay. It's a different team. Y'all just saw what we did to the Nuggets.
I just think, bro, like Matt, if you look at the matchup, the Warriors have more depth than the Lakers. We're a very good defensive team. We're a better defensive team than the Lakers, and you guys definitely have pieces like Luka. But the same thing can be said for Luka. If Luka's having an off night, like it's gonna hurt y'all tremendously too because you don't have that defense to balance your team out. LeBron, he's gonna be a problem for sure. But we've dealt with LeBron before. We know how to deal with LeBron, bro. We know how to deal with him. LeBron, he's a defensive liability sometimes. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not saying all the time, but we just have pieces that we can move around. We know how to win. I think we as a better team in terms of versatility and depth when it comes to like a matchup, Lakers versus the Warriors.
All right.
And just I don't want you to forget in 2023 when we were the 7 and y'all were the 6 or flip flop and I think we won 4-2 in the playoffs against y'all.
Yeah. We beat y'all.
I forgot about that. Yeah. Just don't forget.
Oh, you're right. You're right. A younger Steph Curry, but it was just Steph Curry. It was just Steph Curry.
Y'all still have Steph Curry.
Y'all had Clay.
Y'all still have the squad.
No, we didn't, bro. Like Clay, you can't count Clay. Clay was
Come
not
on
playing.
now.
Yeah, you can.
Clay was not playing.
After they won.
No.
Come on.
Clay did shoot 0 for 10 in an elimination game.
Yeah, like bro, Clay was not doing what Clay does. But
Let me pull
Clay was not doing what Clay does. Draymond was averaging like 2 points, and it was a really kind of like handicap Warriors team. We honestly kind of beat the odds by even making it there. Like we weren't even supposed to make it there, to be real with you. But we did make it there because Curry had a crazy performance against the Kings. We had to go to 7 games, so we were kind of tired out too. So and the reason why y'all won, bro, I feel like is because, bro, you had Anthony fucking Davis. Y'all supposed to win, bro. That's a crazy Anthony Davis and LeBron James with Austin Reeves. Like y'all supposed to win, man. And
Austin Reeves back then wasn't hooping the way he was hooping now.
I know, but he was a good third option for y'all. He was a good third option, and then you had that random nigga that no one even knows who just had that one game.
Lonnie Walker, get his name.
Yeah,
Lonnie.
Yeah.
Ain't he out the league?
No, he's back. I think he signed with Philly.
Yeah, like that was, bro. That wasn't even supposed to happen. Let's be real. Like y'all wasn't even supposed to win that game. So I mean, I'll give y'all that win because I respect it. But just know that wasn't like a healthy 100% Warriors team that y'all played. This year we got playoff Jimmy. We're poised to win, but
playoff Jimmy.
Sean laughing. Sean laughing because those are laughs of pain he has right now. He's hurt.
What laughs of pain, brother? Your depth's not going to show
He's
up.
He's the only reason y'all had success in the recent,
I'm not even laughing
years.
because of Jimmy. I'm just laughing because Amar thinks y'all still going to win, even though their depth is not going to show up. Y'all depth not going to show up.
He's coping.
He's coping. It's called PTSD.
I'm not even coping.
It's PTSD.
I don't need a cope, brother. Jimmy Butler should have left in the offseason. Y'all depth is not good enough. And I'm not talking about Jimmy. Jimmy's gonna do his thing. I'm talking about Pods, Moses Moody.
Come on, bro. Talk your shit, son.
Yeah,
talk your shit, bro. Like what depth is he talking about? Them
to his advantage. Steve Kerr does not use them to succeed in the playoffs. They're just there to help Curry get his thing. Because Curry's going to show up. He's going to do his thing. But one off night for Curry, you're going to look at his other guys, 4 from 11 shooting. They're not going to show up, bro. Like Jimmy Butler is going to give all he has, but is that even enough considering Draymond gets like a triple single? Kevin Looney's somehow still in the league. Like, I just don't like y'all depth's fine in regular season. When it comes down to what matters the most, not even there. Because at least if Luka has a bad night, LeBron gives you like a 30-point triple-double. And even then, the depth is not even that good compared to yours. I just don't think Golden State lineup is going to show up, honestly.
Defense wins championships, bro.
Ahmad.
We're number 1 in defense.
Ahmad, I pulled something up just to back you up, man. Where were the Lakers in the 2022 playoffs when y'all went on that championship run?
That's a great question. Do any of you care to answer that question?
2022? 2022.
Yeah.
I think that was a banged up year for us. You know what I mean?
No, it was a Russell Westbrook year. He was just shooting bricks.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we were healthy. You know what I mean?
I just want to remind you, Josh, of the last time your favorite player played with LeBron. It didn't work out too well for you, did it?
Yeah, that's not my favorite point guard. My favorite point guard. My favorite player is Bron, but my favorite point guard is Russ.
You trying to, yeah, your favorite point guard play with your favorite player.
Yeah, it was just Darvin Ham. Y'all remember who was coaching that team as well? Was Darvin Ham coach? No,
it was
Frank Vogel.
Yeah, I think it was Frank.
No, it was Darvin.
No, Darvin came in like I think the second year of Westbrook. The first year, I think it might have been still.
Yeah,
Frank.
Frank. I think it was Frank that first
We still
year,
have Frank.
It was Frank.
Even then, he still sucked.
Yeah, it didn't matter. He still sucked. Like Russ is just now learning how to play, coming off the bench and stuff like that. That year, like Frank Vogel didn't put him in a position to succeed, in my opinion. You feel me? I don't know. Russ is just a different type of player, man. I don't know.
This is one thing I will say about. I'll blame that year on LeBron. You know what I mean? I think that whole Westbrook experience was LeBron's fault, and we gotta live with that one. You know what I mean? I can speak on it. You know what I mean? Like that's just what it is.
No, I'm just laughing because Josh is a LeBron fan.
Yeah, that's what we're tearing up. That's what put his eyes.
No, I you know what? I agree because remember in the beginning episodes when we first started, I was saying like, why would we trade away the team that just brought us to the championship for Westbrook? Why would we do that? To this day, I don't get it. Bring them back. Have him run it back. I've been saying that. So I agree with Travis.
Okay.
It's LeBron's fault. LeBron brought Westbrook over there.
It might have been the front office too, because they like to panic when they don't see the success. Like Anthony Davis was injured in that Phoenix Suns series, which the Lakers lost, and they just didn't want to wait. They wanted something to happen, even though you're also supposed to do with fucking LeBron James and not enough help because it's built around two superstars and a co-star. If it's just LeBron and a co-star, it's not going to help out much. I'm sorry, that's just the honest truth. And that's honestly what the Phoenix Suns got themselves into.
All right. Let's move on to the next topic, y'all. All right, so this is an interesting topic as far as the NBA goes. I think this was on Gil's Arena. DeMarcus Cousins and Nick Young were going back and forth. And basically, DeMarcus Cousins was telling Nick, he was like, it's harder to average 30 points on a losing team. And Nick Young was like, no, it's not. You know what I mean? And DeMarcus Cousins was basically trying to say, like, yes, it is, because the scouting report is, everybody's planning to guard that one player that's good. And in this case, DeMarcus Cousins on that Sacramento team. So I just wanted to get your thoughts on what y'all thought as far as DeMarcus Cousins' statement saying, is it harder to average 30 points on a losing team? We'll start with you, Travis.
I think I disagree with that. Because I know I feel like we've seen a bunch of great players average a lot of points on bad teams. I feel like we've seen like the Carmelo Anthony's. So we can even go back to like Allen Iverson. Was winning scoring titles on a shitty team. You know what I mean? So I think if you're just at that level, it doesn't matter like shitty team or not, you're going to get your points. So I don't know if that's. I haven't seen the clip, so I'm not sure what he was. If I'm missing context, I'm not sure what he was getting at with that. I think if you're that type of player, you're going to average 30. You're going to get them points regardless. I mean, I think we've seen that happen. So, I mean, even Gilbert Arenas, he was on some of those bad Wizards teams. He was getting his points off. You know what I mean? So, I think he might have missed the point with that. But like I said, I might not have all the context. So, I don't think it matters if the team's good or not. I think it depends on the player. So.
P.
That's what.
I agree with Travis, bro. I mean, the only caveat I would say is if you're on a good team and there's or if you're on a bad team and there's a bunch of other like good players around you, that might make it more difficult. But other than that, bro, if you're the best player on a shitty team, I think there's like Travis mentioned, there's like plenty of players you could pull up that did good on shitty teams. I mean, LaMelo's basically doing it this season. His average is like
That's a good example.
27, which, I mean, that's close enough. I
Yeah.
mean, there's so many players that just randomly pop off on these garbage teams. I mean, like I think they have an easier time doing it. Like you can watch the scouting report, but if a player's got a leash like that's so loose where they can just go out there and just fuck around for 48 minutes, I think there's not much scouting you can do. So I think DeMarcus Cousins is wrong in that regard. I think it's definitely. I don't think it's that difficult to average 30 on a shitty team.
Scoring 30 on a losing team is scoring 30 on a losing team harder. I think it depends upon what kind of player you are. We talking about Nick Young versus a DeMarcus Cousins. They played two different positions. You know, Nick Young. If you a player like LaMelo or Nick Young, who you can get a bucket, you can create your own shots and stuff like that, then I think that's different. You know, you can like LaMelo can get a bucket anytime he wants because he can create his own shot. He can create something, make something happen. When talking about a player like DeMarcus Cousins, who's obviously before his injury was a great player, but he's a center. So you can just deny him the ball the whole time. So in that aspect, I think DeMarcus Cousins has a point when he says, you know, it's harder to average 30 points. Yeah, for a center, probably is. Because we is going to deny you the ball the whole game. We're going to make it super hard for you. It just depends upon the position that you play in and the kind of player that you are, in my opinion.
That's a good point.
Yeah, that's a good point. Sean.
In this era of basketball, I agree with DeMarcus Cousins because the thing is that if you're an opposing coach and they know that these, like say LaMelo Ball, everyone knows what the game plan is. Like LaMelo will have 40, and the next game he might have 15. It's not always as simple because, say, yeah, like I said, you need the help to help make it easier for you to get to that 30. And plus, all these 30-point explosions, a good portion of them have reached the playoffs. Look at James Harden. He was doing it on a playoff team. Kobe Bryant was on a playoff team. Shea, playoff team. The list goes on. Like everyone who's gotten 30 or average 30, I think a 9% of the time they have been on playoff teams. Like maybe in the old era, like maybe in the 2000s, sure, because Jerry Stackhouse did it. T-Mac did it, even though he was basically banged up. But in this era, it's definitely easier to get 30 because, and also the fact that, like, if you're on a good team, the gravity is insane. Like Stephen Curry, if he had a better supporting cast, he could easily get 30. When like in 2022, it's just a matter of having the support around you and also them being threats and knowing your spot. Because everyone's shooting 3-point shots. It's a faster paced offense. And if you know what you're doing, like Shea and like Harden, like Kobe, like Curry, Giannis, Jokic, you're getting 30 easy on the winning team.
But let me ask you a question, Sean, right? So
Yeah.
we said Shea. I think Shea is gonna get a bucket no matter what team he's on. Like if he's on the if he's on Utah Jazz, he's still gonna get a bucket. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think it's gonna matter what team he's on. He's just that guy, bro.
Yeah, he's one of those cases where it's like he might be the exception because Shea has a bag, and players who have a bag are extremely rare to do it on that level. Because a lot of these teams, they know basically two things: shoot and drive. Shea's entirely doing it based on prettiest footwork I've ever seen in a guard and in mid-range. And plus, he's just not a bad shooter. He might be an exception to what I am basically saying.
What about LaMelo?
What about Jokic?
Yeah,
Jokic is doing it on a winning team. LaMelo has not even averaged.
I mean, to compare, Jokic gets like doubled and tripled every game, and he still gets his 30.
He's on a winning team.
What about Bradley Beal on that Wizards team? He was putting up empty stats. He was averaging.
I said 90%
scoring that 1 year.
I said 90%. Bradley Beal applies that 10%. Jared Stackhouse applies that 10%.
What about Cade? What about Cade? Cade from
Cade's
last year.
30.
I'm not.
No. We're just saying like
he was putting up buckets last year. Cade. He was like the only person.
Yeah, I'm talking about players who average 30, not near, but 30 or higher. That's my rule.
I mean, a lot of players don't average 30 or higher.
Yeah, I was about to say a lot of.
Well, yeah, I even just looked that up real quick, and there's only been 36 players in the history to average 30.
Yeah.
only 36. You know, so I mean, I get maybe what he's talking about. You know, maybe you're 28, 29 points.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
around there.
You know, but I mean that's tough to do. But
Either way, if you're averaging 30 points, a good 90% of those players have been on playoff teams, at least. Jerry Stackhouse didn't do it. Bradley Beal didn't do it. They didn't fit, but you gotta be a playoff team
I don't
or
know.
something.
Was Charles Barkley on a playoff team? I know, like he didn't average 30 exactly, but he was nasty.
Yeah, Barkley was on a playoff team. He's been on some bad
Yeah.
teams too, though. Barkley's been on some bad teams.
Like this year, for example, there's only 2 players in the league averaging over 30, and it's Shea at 32, and Giannis is averaging 30.
What?
Winning
He's averaging 32 points?
32.
Yo.
Winning
what?
team.
I didn't know it was
winning team. Right.
They're not going to make it
and
to the championship, but they're winning teams.
Same thing with Giannis at 30.9, winning team. You know.
Yo, Shea might be my next favorite player once Curry retires. I'm taking applications, bro. I'm taking applications.
That's a good one.
He's a candidate for sure.
Like,
for sure.
And also, Ahmad is also completely correct, by the way, about Shea.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter what team, because I know the gravity around Oklahoma is insane, but Shea has the moves to do what he wants to do.
And not
like,
to cut you off, Sean, Shea is a great foul baiter.
He knows.
He
is.
I don't. Some people might not like the way he plays, but he's just finessing the system. You feel me? Like he knows how to get the refs to blow the whistle, bro. And
I think
you know what? That's a skill. James Harden did it. Trae Young was doing it. They made that rule, you know, because of James Harden and Trae Young. Y'all remember that? Where they were like, oh, they're not going to take, you know, that little swipe thing that they do and try to get them to get their hand into the ball. They made that a rule that they can't do that no more. Because James Harden, let's not forget, when Harden was averaging like that stretch of 15 games where he beat Kobe's record, when he averaged like 40 points in like a span of 10, 15 games, bro, he got to the free throw line like 20 times a night, bro. Like it was crazy, dog.
It was annoying.
Well, to give that some credit, they were throwing every defense they could at James Harden during that stretch. Like they had people guarding him from fucking behind.
Yeah, they like backwards. Yeah, I remember. They was guarding.
There's an iconic clip of Ricky Rubio guarding him from behind.
and going like this.
Yeah, that was different, bro.
Yeah.
That's an iconic moment right there, low key.
But it's a skill to get to the free throw line, whether we like it or not.
Yeah.
And I think he does it and I think Shea does it in an ethical way because Shea has a lot of moves, and so with his baggage, he knows when the players are going to jump at which, and he takes advantage of that. I don't like the way Joel Embiid does it because you're a big man and you take into like the next level flopping like a little baby. But at least I could give James Harden credit now because he knew how to foul bait, and Jimmy Butler when he was in Miami, he knew exactly when the player jumped, he'll jump into them for the easy whistle. He got a lot of
I hate that foul. I'm not gonna lie.
No, I hate that foul too.
Pisses me off, bro.
Like
you gonna pump fake the defender. Defender coming. He got no choice but to come down. It's physics, bro. That's how gravity works. You gonna jump into him and
I don't like that.
That's one call that I don't like. But
I don't like that call. They stopped it a little bit in one season in the 2020s, and then they just got rid of it. Honestly,
you still see it from time to time.
Yeah, it's just they got rid of it after like 10 games. It was like in the 2021 or 2 season. I don't know. I think it's the 2021 season.
All right, y'all. Good stuff. Let's move on.
But before we move on, Josh, I just want to say the Cavaliers just beat the Celtics for like they came back from 22 points down 22 points and they beat them. Yes.
Wow.
Bro, I would say Drew Holiday's having a terrible season this year, bro.
Well, he's on the bench.
It's expected.
Yeah.
Drew Holiday, we got to call out Drew. Drew is having a terrible season this year.
Terrible.
I'm not calling out that motherfucker. He's old. He's drafted in 2008. Like,
how old is he?
He's going to regress. And plus, he's the 5th option. I don't give a damn what Drew Holiday
does. I mean, he's only 34 years old.
He's been injured.
He was just balling in the Olympics.
He's been injured this season, I think.
Yeah, he's been injured. He's been plagued with injuries.
Yeah, he got 2 chips. One with Boston, one Milwaukee. Hell, I don't give a damn if he's struggling. Like, he got his chips, his gold medals. He can do what he wants. I don't care.
Still though, bro, they're gonna need Drew in the playoffs.
Yeah, especially if they're gonna stop Spider. They showed a stat because I've been watching the game. That Donovan Mitchell, the 4 times they've played the Celtics this season, he's had 30 or more points.
Damn.
He had 40 tonight.
And yo, remember what I said. I'm gonna keep saying this every episode, bro. If Cleveland or New York gets Boston in a game 7 and they're playing in either Cleveland or New York, Boston's gonna lose. Remember that, bro. They're gonna lose. That's why the Cleveland Cavaliers are going so hard to get that number 1 seed. Because it's gonna go 7 games if it's Cleveland and Boston, bro. Yeah. And that game 7 in Cleveland is gonna be crazy, bro. It's
Did you say New York,
bro? Huh?
Did you say New York? It's going to be Boston.
I said I believe New York can
Madison Square Garden's a hard place to play
Square Garden. Game 7.
Wait.
I got 2 words.
No.
I got
you're
2 words to say that. Fuck no. Hell no.
I think they'll underestimate a home court advantage,
bro. A home court advantage, game 7. And
you telling me New York ain't gonna be bumping?
Listen, P. Do you know how many times?
Thank you for backing me up, bro.
Yo, P. Do you know how many times New York has let the whole entire Garden down? This is not a new thing, bro.
Yeah,
they've done this multiple times. They be everyone all happy and shit at the Gardens. We actually gonna do it this time. This is our chance.
I'm not saying they're guaranteed to win. I'm just saying like walking into the Garden on a game
Boston's
7,
winning again 5 games.
Yeah.
5.
That'll rattle even some of the best players.
No, bro. At this point, bro, Trae Young went into the Garden and own. That's his Garden. Yeah. Every time you go in there. Pause.
The thing is,
yeah. Hey, taking the dice there. Taking the dice.
I like that. I'm waiting for that. But hear me out. New York has not beaten a top 2 team on either conference. Look at the stats in New York against like Boston. They have not won against Boston.
You're right.
You cannot. They have not beaten the Cavaliers. They have not beaten the Knicks. They have not beaten the Thunder. And it's like, if you can't do it against the top teams, what hope do I have?
Yeah, bro.
Never say never.
The Garden don't mean shit at this point, man. It's just like a cool thing to say. Players have gone in there, teams have gone in there, and did what the fuck they wanted to do in there. I remember last year, bro. They were supposed to close out. Who were they playing last year?
The Pacers.
Was the Pacers?
But they were hurt though. They lost Josh Hart.
I'm not trying to hear that, bro.
No, they were really banged up.
No.
They were banged up.
No. I mean the Sixers. They played the Sixers, and they ended up being the Sixers, but they were supposed to close it out at home. Madison Square Garden. They had Patrick Ewing's old ass out there, cold as shit, all happy and shit. He was crying just for the other team to come back and win.
They need to get Spike Lee off the court.
Spike Lee need to go.
I will say, I looked up the games that Knicks have played Boston this season. Knicks have lost every game in double digits. Game 1, 132 to 109, Boston. Game 2, 131 to 104. Now it's only 4 months apart. And then in the same month in February, they lost 118 to 105. There was no fight.
Great point.
Like, they're not doing it. They might win 1 game. It's the playoffs. This is not the Super Bowl. We get 1.
Never say never.
We'll see. Playoffs is upon us, man. So when we get there,
Boston did it.
Best believe we're gonna talk about it.
But
we're gonna switch gears real quick and talk about the NFL. The Commanders, the Texans, and the 49ers. So reports have it here that the Commanders and the Texans have both been linked to acquiring wideout Deebo Samuels. Which team do y'all think will be the better fit? A football guy, Peanut, talk to us, bro.
I think the Commanders would be a better fit than the Texans personally. Deebo's not as good as he once was. They had a couple years ago when the 49ers went on that Super Bowl run, they had that whole offense built around Deebo Samuel. They literally put a whole new formation in Madden where you could put your wide receiver at running back thanks to Deebo. They kind of flipped Deebo flipped the kind of revitalized their offense and gave them a different spark, something that most teams haven't seen before. But Deebo was supposed to do good this year, but he was hurt and he just wasn't overall doing good. So I think I think the best fit for him would be the Commanders as like a good second or third option for Jaden Daniels, because he's definitely not going to be the wide receiver one on that team. Terry McLaurin is too much of a dog for him to be the wide receiver one. And I think the Texans wide receiver room, if the Texans wide receiver room is healthy, they don't really need an old Deebo, because their wide receiver room's young. They have Tank Dell, Nico Collins, so they've got a good wide receiver room. It's just if they can stay healthy. But football happens and injuries happen. And I think, one thing I will say is, I think Deebo's biggest problem is his hamstrings. And those hamstring injuries in football, they ain't nothing to play with, especially for wide receivers. I know my favorite player, Julio Jones, he had that big problem at the end of his career, and it made him miss a lot of games. So I think you got to be careful with wide receivers and hamstring injuries.
Nice. Ahmad?
Yeah, I think when it comes to Deebo Samuels, I think I would like to see him on the Commanders for sure over the Texans. I just think giving Jaden Daniels another weapon is going to be very good, especially since he's had a lot of injuries. Maybe they can save some money by getting him too. He's not going to command the price tag that he might have once commanded, so they can maybe get him on a deal and still give him the potential to have one of those kind of seasons. I still think that he has. I know he wasn't that good last year because of all the injuries he sustained, but I still think he has a lot left in the tank. Pause. I think he has a lot of because I'm looking at the injuries he had. It's a lot of strains. It's not like he tore anything. I'm not seeing anything torn, anything broken. It's just a lot of strains. So I think because they don't seem to be that serious of injuries, I think he has a very big upside. And I think Commanders, they would definitely need that. And also, I think for Deebo, he wants to be on a winning team. Like the 49ers, they had a chance, but due to the injuries, it just hasn't worked out for them. So I think it's a good situation for Deebo because he wants a chance to win, and Commanders made it very far last year, and he's able to play with the actual a really good quarterback. Not saying that Brock Purdy isn't, but he's been allegedly called a game manager. Is he? I don't know, but that's what streets are saying. You know what I'm saying? So being able to play with a player like Jaden Daniels, I think will open it up for him and make him have an even better season because of how dynamic Jaden Daniels is.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Trav.
So I'm gonna go the opposite way. I think he would be a good fit with the Texans. I think the Texans as well. They are a playoff team. They're in a weak division as well. And I think he would be a nice little third option down there with Nico Collins and Tank Dell. I think that would bring some dynamic to that Texans offense. They have a pretty solid offense. What's my man's name? I just blanked out on it.
The tight end or
what's the quarterback? Quarterback.
Oh, CJ Stroud.
Yeah, CJ Stroud. Yeah, and I think CJ Stroud is a really good quarterback. They had a down year this year. Still was a playoff team, but I think Deebo would add some value to that team. And obviously, either one of those quarterbacks are upgrade from Brock, in my opinion, as well. I agree with you, Amon. I don't think he's that good of a quarterback. He's definitely a game manager. I think he fell into a perfect situation with a red-hot team, all them weapons around him, offensive-minded coach. So, I think that's what made Brock look really well, but he's not that good of a quarterback. But I think both teams would be a good fit, but I think I would like to see him go to the Texans just with that dynamic down there. The Commanders, they got McLaurin. Their running back game's a little shaky because I know they run two running backs with Brian Robinson and Eckler. But I feel like, the Texans, Joe Mixon's their guy, Nico and Tank, and who knows how healthy Tank can stay. So, Deebo might end up taking a number 2 down there in the Texans as well. So, I would like to see him go to Texans, but either one I think would be a good look.
And Sean.
This is tough for me because both of the teams have pros and cons. As Trav said, the Texans are in the weak division, but Jaden Daniels is a phenomenally special talent. The fact that they almost got to the Super Bowl with a rookie quarterback is outstanding. The thing is that the sophomore slump, it hit CJ Stroud to an extent this season, and I think if Jaden Daniels is that special, then you try to do what you can to get Deebo. And I think Jalen Daniels is that special. I think he will fit better with the Commanders, and you don't try to wait for like development. I think you should try to give him as much weapons as you can, so that they have more options down the line.
Nice. Good stuff, y'all. Good stuff. And with that being said, we're gonna move on to our last and final topic.
I'm gonna say one more. I'm gonna say one more thing, just real quick, Josh.
Go ahead.
Also, I think it's better for Deebo to also go to the Commanders, just because I think it's a bigger market for him, in my opinion. Like, and for his career wise, sometimes you go to a team that people aren't really talking about. Not that the Titans aren't like a good team, but I just think Commanders is like a hotter team right now. So sometimes as a player, when you go to a team that people aren't talking about as much, people kind of forget about you a little bit. And your celebrity, or not your celebrity status, but your value kind of goes down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not being talked about, you're not being shown as much. It's like when Jordan went to the Wizards or some shit like that. You know, like no one's really checking for the Wizards. You're Michael still, but you're on the Wizards, bro. You know, that's just my take. Not saying the Titans, not saying that the Texas Titans, you know, whatever, have like a bad organization, or they're not like a, but they just don't got the same shine that the Commanders do, in my opinion. That's just one of the things I want to add.
It's a good point, Ahmad.
You said moving to the next one.
Yeah, let's do it. All right. For our last and final topic, we're going to talk about the Chiefs and Travis Kelce. So it looks like he's returning next season. He's told, bro, y'all got blown. Y'all got blown out in the Super Bowl. Pause, bro. I don't know. Before I let y'all talk, I don't know how much he's got left in the tank, if any at all. Pause. So, but he said, and I quote, "Gonna try and get to the best shape I've been this off season and get back to the mountaintop." He said that he's got a real bad taste in my mouth. Pause. With how I played in that last game and how I got the guys ready for battle. I can't go out like that. So we're gonna start with you this time, Sean. How do you feel about Travis Kelce returning back for next season? Do you think he has any left in the tank? And do you think Kansas City can get back to the Super Bowl?
I think Travis Kelce made the right decision. I do not want NF like that. So, like, I don't want to end my career with having the worst performance in probably in Super Bowl history. And Travis Kelce probably still has a lot left in the tank. He is Travis Kelce, one of the best tight ends of all time. Will Kansas City make it? No. That's just my gut take. I don't have any logical explanation. I just have a gut feeling. No.
Peanut.
I think it could go either two ways. If the season repeats itself like this, if he has the season he had this season, I think he probably should have just retired, because the season he had this season was pretty lackluster. It took him like 5 weeks to get a touchdown. It took him like 5 weeks to even like break out and go for like the regular Travis Kelce yards that we expect. I don't know if that's because he's like literally the only option on that Chiefs team besides like Rashee Rice maybe. But I think if he improves from his last season's performance, I think it will be worth it. I think if they can get that old Travis Kelce back, I think they definitely can make a good deep playoff run. As much as I hate to say it, never say never with the Chiefs. They always find some way to do some black magic out in the middle of that Arrowhead Stadium to the Super Bowl. But I just want to disagree with Sean. I think there are some way worse Super Bowl performances than Travis Kelce's, because at least Travis Kelce was performing. Most notably, in recent year, Eli Apple getting absolutely cooked.
Go. I was talking about Kelce. Talking about like the general team. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. That was probably one of the worst.
Because Eli Apple was. I think if you want just a performance, that guy who triggered Tom Brady in that Super Bowl when he was with the Buccaneers.
Tyrann Mathieu?
Yeah, you don't trigger Tom Brady. That's worse than any fucking shitty stat line. You don't trigger the GOAT.
Before I let you go, Ahmad, I just want to give you some stats of Travis Kelce this past year. He only had 3 touchdowns. Only 3.
Damn.
He had 823 yards, 97 receiving, or 97 catches, and he averaged 8.5 yards. And in the postseason, he had 1 touchdown in the postseason. Yeah, he just wasn't. He was off, man. And he's 35 going into next year. He's old for a tight end. But go ahead, Mike.
So, Travis Kelce coming back. I think the first thing I'm looking at is a mentality. Any player that I look at, I'm always gonna look at the mentality first. So the mentality that he's talking about, like you can see even on his podcast with his brother, like he's just not going for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he's just so mad. Like, he's taking accountability because he could blame a lot of things, but he's taking accountability first. That it was his fault. He should have been a better leader. He should have done all these things. So whenever a player is taking that kind of accountability, it tells me where their mentality's at. So that's one thing. Second thing is, I don't know how y'all was raised, but when I was a kid, bro, sometimes I needed an ass whooping to make me snap back. Like like real shit. Like maybe that's what he needed, bro. They don't won for. They've won for the last like 4 years or something like that, 3 years or whatever, So sometimes you getting older, you got a billionaire girlfriend, life gets good, life gets real good, Sometimes you need a little, what I'm saying, to BTA to get you back to where you need to be at. And I have a gut feeling that this season, just because of what he's talking, just because of his mentality that he's coming at it with, just because of the ass whooping that he had, I have a gut feeling that this season he's gonna come with that vengeance. Now, I'm not saying he's gonna be a young Travis Kelce. I'm not saying that, but I am saying he's gonna have a much better season this year because he's taking this shit personal. Whenever a player takes this shit personal, something special can happen. So, thank you, Philadelphia. Thank you. we needed that.
And before I let you go, Trav, he also said here that he said, I can play, it's just whether or not I'm motivated or it's the best decision for me as a man, as a human, as a person to take on all that responsibility. Yeah. Now, with that being said, I think if him and Taylor Swift break up, like Russia, hear me out. If they break up, Chiefs are winning the Super Bowl.
I like that.
Winning the Super Bowl.
I like that.
Because he's gonna be hurt, bro. We've all been there when somebody's broken up with you. You know what I'm saying? You sad, you down. That's motivation. The man just said he wasn't motivated enough this season. Basically. Yeah. That's motivation, bro. But go ahead, Trav.
That billionaire coach different, bro.
Not to cut you off, Trav, but I just want to say this. Different. Taylor Swift is not like a regular lady. She's gonna break up with you and she's gonna drop a song on you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you go ahead, Trav.
No, I mean I don't think it might be an overreaction. Yeah, he's getting old. I think him coming back, I think he should come back, at least get one more year in. I mean, his past 2 years have been kind of a downswing, from what we're used to with Travis Kelce. Because, I mean, I think even last year, I think he only had like 5 touchdowns, which is kind of a fall off from, years before where he's 11, 12, 13 touchdowns. You know what I mean? Even though they won the Super Bowl last year, it was still a down season for him as well. Let me see. I pulled up the stats. Like last year, he had 4 less targets last year. And only like 100 more yards, but I think roll.
I think your mic, bro.
Okay, homie, your mic is screwed.
Oh yeah. We still can't hear you, Trav. No, can't hear you. Okay, you're good now.
We good?
Yeah, we're good.
Finish okay, I think this year was that whole Kansas City team was beat up, you know, from their starting running back to, you know, their receiver, you know, like I don't think Mahomes was 100%. I mean, I think they had a lot of injuries on that offensive side that also could have got Kelce a lot more eyes on a defense where it was kind of more locked down because it's like, all right, we don't have to worry about certain receivers anymore. You know, you guys are on your third string running back. So, I mean, there's some things, you know, some factors in there where I think he had like one of his worst seasons ever. I think this was his worst like receiving yardage season in his whole career. So, I mean, I think there's some of that goes into it, but I think he comes back and I think he has a bounce back season next year.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's already a GOAT. You know, he's already one of the best, in my opinion. He's probably one of the best tight ends.
It's either him or it's probably either him or Gronk.
Yeah, I mean, usually tight ends only really produce, you know, at peak for about 4 seasons. He's been doing that way over 4 seasons. Also he played like a full 16 games last season. He's very available too. He's very consistent. He's available. He plays the game. So, I think with that being said, look into next year, we're gonna be good, bro. We're gonna be good.
Anybody got any final thoughts before we move on to the game?
Matter of fact, take that green Dewey off, bro. I don't even like looking at it right now.
Hey, bro,
I will say
Celtics green, bro. Celtics green. Y'all know I
But they
got
lost.
Tatum on my fantasy team.
They went outside.
But I will say that if Travis Scott wants to be locked in, if he wants to take a break from that podcast, he got someone who could take his place, Paul George.
The Paul George taking a break too, bro.
Everybody needs to take a break and lock in.
Not me.
Hey, for Monday's episode, bro, I know this is just way off topic. Bro, we need to talk about like the NBA thinking about not giving players guaranteed money, bro. Because I feel like, just briefly, I feel like if the NBA made it like the NFL, where they have to meet a certain, you know, incentive or play this many amount of games or score this many points and give, you know, non-guaranteed contracts, I bet you, I put my money on it that these players will start becoming available, bro. But I'm gonna leave it at that.
I don't know, bro. So I think, we'll talk about it on Monday. We'll talk about
I'm
it
not
on
gonna
Monday.
be here Monday, so this is out of my realm.
It's all good. But yeah, let's move on to the game. So look, I know it's been a minute since we cooked up a game, but look. This is what we got before we end the episode. I got 3 players for y'all. Mm-hmm. I got 3 players, NBA players, and y'all gotta guess who it is. Okay? Y'all gotta guess who it is. I'm gonna name some of their accolades. I'm gonna name some of their stats. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm not gonna make it easy for y'all. Maybe the first player y'all should get off the rip, but the last 2 might be a little difficult. It's not extremely hard, but you know,
all right, let's
do it.
Let's get them first try, guys.
Yeah, and it's whoever gets it. It's whoever gets it first. All right. So let me go here. I got him pulled up right here. Okay. Give me 1 second. All right, so for this first player, he was drafted 8th overall. No cheating either, bro. No cheating. None of y'all cheat, bro.
I got my hands up.
He was drafted 8th overall. Okay. I'm not going to tell y'all which year.
Mm-hmm.
He was drafted 8th overall. He has played for 8 NBA teams. So 8th overall, drafted 8th overall. He's played for 8 NBA teams. Okay. He's averaged 14 points, 3.4 assists, and 2 rebounds a game in his career. All right. Y'all can start blurting out whatever too. Y'all don't gotta wait. And I'm gonna just keep.
I need more information.
Yeah,
I need more info.
Like
yeah, give me 1 accolade.
Okay,
I got y'all. Don't worry, I got y'all. All right. So he led the league in free throw percentage 1 year. All right. He's led the league in free throw percentage. He's won the Teammate of the Year award.
Is it Jose Calderon?
No, that's a good guess. That's a good guess. He's 16th all time. Wait, no, excuse me. He's 64th all time in scoring. Let me see. He's won the Sixth Man of the Year award.
Malcolm Brogdon.
Nope.
That is a good guess.
64th of all
a
time,
good
Malcolm
guess.
Brogdon.
That is a good guess.
Lou Williams.
Nope.
Jamal Crawford.
Jamal Crawford. Peanut
Damn, that's a
I
tie.
had-
We got to call that a tie, bro. We said that the exact
We
same
I
said-
time.
had Jamal
Travis
Crawford
said-
in my head.
I was lost, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I was lost.
No, I thought Jamal Crawford was the top 5 pick. That's what threw me off.
Your mic, Trav, is breaking up again. Wait, y'all say y'all tied?
I
Yeah,
feel
'cause
like we
Yeah,
did.
I did
Yeah,
say it
Tab said at the same
though,
time.
kinda,
Yeah,
All right, so y'all both got
Yeah.
that. I'll give y'all both that. Y'all
Yeah,
both got a point. Y'all both got a
that
point.
makes sense.
Bro,
yeah.
when you said 8th overall, I was like, man, immediate brain, Malcolm Brogdon. I don't know if he went 8th
No.
overall.
The entire time that Josh was saying the points, I had Jamal Crawford in my head, but I really thought Jamal Crawford was selected 3rd overall. So I was like, fuck.
I didn't get too caught up in the draft pick. I was more worried about that.
I was so confident.
The moment I heard Sixth Man of the Year, I was like, damn. I was like, that's going to narrow it down a ton.
That shit.
Yeah,
I didn't hear him say that.
I know he was drafted in 2000. The thing was that draft class was really fucking shitty. So it was like Jamal Crawford.
That's why I didn't want to give away the draft class.
Yeah, because that draft class was so
Are
shitty.
all these players? This might be you can choose to answer this if you want. Are all these players like within the 2000s, or like do we need to like think back further?
I'm not gonna answer that.
Bro, bro, I swear to God, if you hit us with like a Bob Pettit, bro, I'm gonna crack.
No. Oh wait, no, not that far. Not that far back. No. Y'all know these guys. Trust in y'all ball knowledge, bro. All right.
That
so
means
for the
okay.
second,
Yeah.
For the second player, all right. He was drafted 2nd overall, and I'm gonna leave y'all with that. So y'all do whatever y'all want with that information.
Hashim Thabit, baby.
Nah. He was drafted 2nd overall.
RJ Barrett.
No.
Marvin Bagley.
No.
Greg Oden.
Okafor.
He's won Rookie of the Year.
What?
He was on the 75th anniversary team.
Ben Simmons.
Kevin Durant.
Nope.
2nd overall.
He made he's made the all defensive team.
Dwight Howard.
No. He's made the all NBA team. Okay.
Yeah,
He
Dwight
finished
Howard was on the
second.
25.
He finished 2nd in MVP voting in 2001 and 2002.
Rudy Gobert.
Oh,
2001 and 2002.
Oh yeah, that's too good. Nah, I was stuck on defense. Yeah, I was even hearing what you was talking about years.
Yeah.
Damn.
I know fucking
Kobe?
Allen Iverson won in 2001.
No.
It's a
Steve
Jason Kidd.
Nash.
Oh, son, Jason Kidd.
Let's go.
Jason Kidd, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, I would have never got that. I'm not gonna lie. I was not getting that.
Yo, but when I said 01, 02, though, that should have narrowed down a couple players for y'all, bro.
My ball knowledge.
Bro,
don't
I
work
wasn't
like
even
that,
alive
bro.
around then, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
I
you
was
gotta
just
give me
being
some
born
credit.
and shit. Like,
I was
Come on,
born
man.
in 01, motherfuckers.
All right. For this last player, okay. Give me 1 second. Damn, I just had him up here. I just had him up here. Hold on. All right. All right. For this last player, he was drafted. He was the #1 pick. Okay. He was the #1 pick in the draft. He's played for 3 teams. He's played for 3 NBA teams.
Lonzo Ball.
No.
He was a second pick.
He's averaged 19 points,
I heard 3
8.1
teams.
rebounds, and 5 assists.
Andrew
Okay.
Wiggins.
He's made 7 All-Star games.
David Robinson.
Nope.
Kyrie.
7.
Nope. He's made the All-NBA team 5 times.
Wait, you said #1 pick?
Yeah.
Number one pick, yeah. He's made the all defensive team 3 times. No. He didn't make the defensive team. Excuse me, that's on me. In his career, he's 51st in all time for points.
Derrick Rose?
No.
We are.
Okay, I'm gonna give y'all the year. This is gonna give it away. This is the
Hold on. Let me think. Hold on. Let me think.
yeah. I'm gonna let y'all think it out real quick.
Number
He's on
one.
3 teams.
3 teams. The number one pick. I'm gonna tell you which teams he played for.
What do you average? Okay, tell us
He's
that.
averaged 19 points.
Okay, what team did he
That
play
makes
for?
me feel like
He got drafted in the league at the age of 21.
So you
Okay.
went the one and done. Or two and
He's
not.
played for. I'm gonna go backwards because I can't give y'all the first team. He's played for the Nets.
Ben Simmons.
Nope.
That's a good
He's
guess.
played for the Spurs.
Can't be Garvin.
Tony Parker.
No.
Oh, Tony Parker played for the
LaMarcus
Hornets.
LaMarcus Aldridge?
Travis got it.
LaMarcus Aldridge was not number one pick.
I was throwing names out there, but I was just shooting names out. That was good.
LaMarcus was not a number one pick.
Was he not?
Oh, my bad. He wasn't number
Bro,
one.
That's crazy.
Oh, man.
That's crazy. Yeah.
He's not the number one pick. That's me.
Hell
Yo,
game
that's me.
master, bro.
No,
He
it
was the second pick.
Yeah, it was either
Yo.
Bogut or Bogdani. I think
Yeah, it was
Bogut.
Bogdani.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was the second pick, but nonetheless, Travis got it.
Bro, so that's Travis got the game, man. That
I
was a
gave
good
y'all
game.
false
Nah.
starts, bro. But yeah, that's all we got, man. Appreciate y'all for participating. Our
L
winner
game
for this
host.
segment is Trav. Clap it up for Trav.
Yeah, let's go, let's go.
Nah, that's all
Good
good.
shit.
Got a little
Yo,
extra
P,
for
bro,
it's
you
all
gotta
good.
come back with the games, bro.
Bro, it's hard to come up
Oh,
with ideas when you've already used so many.
Nah, man. Even if it's a bunch of guess that players, bro.
Also,
There's
we
a
are
lot of
kind of
players.
limited by technology. There's some things I wish we could do, but we can't really do them feasibly.
No,
Yeah.
thanks. But I'm out, bro. Take us out, man.
Yeah, bro. It's a good episode, guys. Thank you for coming on. Just talking sports and shit. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe to the channel, bro. It helps us immensely. That's all the time we got today. We'll see y'all next week.
Monday. Yeah.
Monday,
Salute.
Nice
We
job.
out, man.
See you.